Jaclyn Hill. Here we go. All right. So we
my
felt like we should touch on this
is
because
wild.
we had originally covered the whole Jaclyn koze brand drama between Jaclyn and Kaylin. And we've talked about Lipstick Gate. We had Marlene Estelle here on the show a few weeks ago, and she spilled a lot of tea about Jaclyn. Yeah, Jaclyn has kind of responded to some of the stuff.
Kinda.
Yeah, so she, on August 4th, posted a video to her YouTube channel called I'm Closing My Brands.
Which when I saw it, I was like, oh, this is some fucking clickbait.
Yeah.
Then I
thought
watched
so
it
too.
anyway. I clicked it anyways.
She's decided to close down 2 of her brands, the 2 smaller ones, Jaclyn Roxanne, which is her jewelry brand,
Jewelry brand, which she's also been known to copy people's designs.
Oh yeah, there's plenty of problems with that one as well.
And I've heard
With
through
the
the
jewelry.
grapevine that she buys that shit from Alibaba.
I've heard that too from people on the grapevine who are like very like believable, and I believe them.
Alibaba.
I'll just say that. And also Koze, her leisure wear brand that launched in October of 2022.
Not even a year later.
So Jaclyn said that she came, we'll kind of give you the rundown on this so you don't have to watch it yourself. She came to this decision and that she's owning up to her own shit, which is her direct quote here. And she came to this decision with help from no one. She claims, this is just unbelievable.
From help with no one.
She says that after the failed launch of her lipstick line in 2019, that she decided to open Jaclyn Hill or Jaclyn Roxanne and Koze to make a point. She said, instead of pouring myself back into cosmetics and taking accountability, not giving up on myself, I decided, well, I got to create new brands. That's the solution. Got to prove myself to my followers, that I'm a bad bitch and I can do this. And she talks a lot about how the only reason she made brands was because it was what all these other influencers were doing. And she like lists out all these other people that she felt like she had to do it because she had made a lot of money on YouTube and she needed to put it into something, but that she doesn't like being a brand owner. She doesn't like this. And that was like the main excuse. And this is just my opinion, but I feel like it was a lot of coming up with ways to make it sound better than I'm closing my brands because they're failing.
She said that she has no passion for them and doesn't care and was doing the bare minimum.
Yeah.
Therefore,
Put in no time, doesn't like Zoom calls. Yeah, a lot of what she said was very contradicting because she talked about how much she misses content creation and she wants to just be besties with her followers again and just hang out and like misses making content. But she can't because she's working so hard on her brands. But then she also says, I didn't do shit on my brands really. So I felt like it was very conflicting there. Like, so what have you been doing all these years? You haven't been making the content, but you haven't been working on your brands. So
she was making money, Kendall.
Yeah, counting it, I guess.
Yeah.
So, yes, she is keeping her makeup brand as of right now, but she says that who knows what will happen with it. Ulta had picked it up and she said she's not put any work into that. I can't remember her exact wording for it, but basically was like, I haven't really put any effort into the brand. So
she said bare minimum.
That's what she said, bare minimum. So obviously this was very frustrating that she's now closing Koze, like a year?
No, she opened in October. Not even a year
Not
later.
even a year later. Ruined someone else's brand.
And she addresses this, kind of.
Oh, terribly.
She
Kaylin.
basically said that when they were coming up with the name of what to call the company, that they went through all these different ideas. And
she said they had 100 names.
They had, tons of names, and that she would go to her attorney, her trademark attorney, and be like, what about this one? He'd be like, no. What about this one? He'd be like, no. What about this one? It was taken, blah, blah. So they finally come up with Koze, Koze. She asks him, he looks, it's not trademark. She says, boom, let's good to go. She says, but what I didn't do was my own due diligence as a brand owner and look it up for myself to see if anyone else had, used this spelling or this name before, until after she already bought all the, like she paid tons for like the products and was printing the labels. And it was basically, she said it was too late to change the name by the time she found out that Kaylin has a brand named Koze.
Well, it's really not too late because you easily could have said, I made a mistake. I didn't realize there was another influencer who has this brand. I will be I will change my brand eventually. But, in the meantime, the labels are going to be there and they will be changing. And I think people would have understood that.
I think
if that's really what happened and you really didn't know about it and you made a mistake, why not just own up to your mistake, sell them the way they are, and then change it later on?
Right.
So that way she doesn't have to change her brand.
She said that she reached out to Kaylin and was like, hey, I'm so sorry, basically whatever.
Bullshit.
And then
lies.
And then that Kaylin never responded. And she was like, which I don't blame her. She's probably like pissed off at me or whatever.
Well, and she also didn't even say Kaylin's name.
Oh, yeah.
She just said the small influencer.
She said the small Canadian influencer.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I mean, the whole koze addressing was like maybe a minute. It was so brushed over after what she did. And so late. People have been bringing this to her attention. Thousands of people since October that you shit all over another person's brand. And yes, save your comments that say, oh, Kaylin should have had it trademarked, blah, blah, blah. We've addressed it a million times. She's whatever. I'm not even going to address you people. Like, obviously that was a mistake. She's owned it. She said it's her biggest regret, but it's still just mean to do to someone else in the space, especially when it's been brought up to you. And there's no fucking way. I don't believe if you have a whole other team that no one is doing a Google search, just a Google search.
I know.
Shut
also,
up.
Side note though, we've talked about this as well. Trademarking something costs money. Yes. And if you're a brand new brand owner and you don't have any money because all your money is going into starting your company, then you can't trademark it. It's not like you just go do it for free on google.com.
So, I mean, as soon as I heard her say, like, yeah, we sent an email, my team, and she just didn't reply. I knew that was bullshit. Everyone knows that's bullshit. Come on. Like, there's no way if she would have responded to that. She's been trying to get Jaclyn to respond. She's been leaving comments, trying to get her to address this forever. So then that was confirmed by Kaylin. She made a post on Twitter after Jaclyn's video.
On X.
She X'd this. It says, well, it looks like it may have been a Instagram, or no, this is a tweet. Okay. She must have Twitter X blue.
What?
Because it's long.
Oh.
She must be able to tweet long things. Anyway.
True that.
She says, hey, everyone. I've been made aware of the rehashed topic of koze last night, which her brand was pronounced koze. Jaclyn was koze. While I was an overtired cocktail of fury at how easily this all could have been avoided now that the name is dead. And the humor, partly in delirium after a year of attempting to be on maternity leave as a new mom, while also unexpectedly and haphazardly doing an entire business rebrand. I slept on it, so I didn't say anything impulsive. In reality, the anger I feel is just my own residual frustration towards myself for not trademarking before any of this could have happened and naively believing someone wouldn't do that consciously to a fellow brand owner in the YouTube space. Though it would be easy to project my bitterness in that direction, it really has nothing to do with the other person. Many lessons learned. My point of posting this, however, comes from the fact that none of my inboxes across my emails, professional or personal, info inquiries, and direct business or any social media platforms have had any form of contact in attempt to reach me about this, quote, misunderstanding. I'll give the benefit of the doubt that I could somehow be missing the message, but I'm not finding or seeing anything anywhere. I'm on a social media app detox this month. Otherwise, I'd be posting this to my Instagram or TikTok. If I'm honest, a very frustrated and annoyed side of me wants to stitch together a lot of inconsistencies in the narrative now versus a few months ago when the brand dropped and show a dive into my inboxes. But again, that would just be projected hurt energy, tossing myself further into the icky cocktail of digital drama. I know it wouldn't do my karma any good, and anything further than typing this would be a waste of my limited free time and energy. I just wanted to at least state that I have never received any form of contact and that I will now be going back to my relaxing thoughts. What a year, 9 months actually. Thank you so much for your support through it all.
That's
Cheers.
Such a dig. 9 months, actually.
I like her.
Couldn't even make it a year.
I do too. I really like her.
E.
Fucked up. All that for that.
So yeah, brands are closing and she's going back to content
But she's
creation.
still dropping like new products because she said they've like committed to.
Yeah.
So there's new jewelry coming out. There's new blanket or some shit. I don't know.
One thing about Jaclyn is that she's a fantastic salesperson. She can sell you anything. And it's like the entire...
can convince you of anything.
Oh, exactly. And that entire video was one big like kind of ad for her closing brands. Like
I know.
At the very end of it, like
she get the limited edition.
Yeah, she's like things are still gonna be dropping. So check it out. And it's like, bro, come on.
Someone says hates being a salesperson while ending the video with a sales pitch.
Literally.
Yep. Well, she's wronged a lot of women in the industry.